Welcome back to the circus. It's been a little while, and while our various changelings and mages and unfortunate circus patrons have been hanging out in the big tent, across Massachusetts, sort of still in the state, but more accurately outside of space and time. Another group of mages have been slowly going through the labyrinth that is the Time Snake, getting up to their own adventures and slowly but surely reaching a climax in their quest that might affect what's happening over here, back in the circus. But none of our players today know that. Or none of the characters today know that. Some of our players are very aware of what might happen. We do also want to talk about what happened last time here in the circus. Could you all go around and tell me one thing that happened in the show?
I can start since I had the last big mess happen to me. My character, Red Frazier, a cult investigator, was tricked into being part of a circus act, was teleported into the basement, met a fae, called herself Mother, and came back with no willpower, a bout of depression, and a really glum story. A lot of it is fuzzy, but I managed to relate some of it to the other players.
I was traded by Victoire to a stranger for a rat. And then I brought my new friend back to the circus with me, but the others said it wasn't good. So I left her there, and then they started talking about something very scary, something scary in the basement. So I left.
So Victoire, you acquired a rat.
Yes, tasty treat for later. And talked a little bit with Red, found out there's a fae at the circus, so definitely curious about that.
Madam Meadowsweet, did you have any fond memories?
I mean, I watched the circus as I always do and saw some performances that were wonderful and some that were lackluster. But more importantly, made a very accurate prediction, I think. A 7 of swords, noting the betrayal that's obviously happened, and also a future empress, a mother, if you will, that's waiting for us. Madam Meadowsweet knows.
And Zaccaheus, what has caught your memory from last time?
I saw a peculiar character abduct a poor girl and attempt to almost look like eat her. But I know better than mind my own business and try not to bring any notice to myself. And then all of a sudden, I found myself in a situation where others are mentioning a fae and how much I do not want to be part of that situation. And I think it's best if I leave ASAP before the situation gets any worse.
Mm-hmm. When we left off last time, I believe all of you were trying to figure out what you were doing next. You've come to the conclusion that there's some fae in the basement who calls himself Mother. Not great. Had you decided to address that problem or leave the circus to whatever fate befalls it? And we can also go back to that conversation and start playing.
Well, I've answered your questions. I don't even care what we do. I'm just gonna sit here.
What do you know about this fae?
What do I don't even know what a fae is, really. I thought it was my mother, but it wasn't, obviously. Beyond that, I just feel like a fool.
Do you want to roll to see if that you know more, or do you think Red just wouldn't even focus and try?
Well, I could try to think about it. I am an investigator, and that's my lot in this life. But I have already foolishly decided that Red doesn't know much about the Fae. So while I recognize the thing, I'm not going to be super useful yet.
Can Madame Meadowsweet, who's listening, roll to see how much she knows about the Fae?
Absolutely, yeah, any of you can.
What would that be? A cult?
Yeah, like intelligence occult. Victoire gets what? And Red, is that with your -2?
-1 then.
3. Awesome. Okay, so Victoire, you know, well, Red Fae are creatures. They're very powerful.
That's fair.
That's all you can remember. Not good. Victoire, you've encountered Fae, and you don't really understand their true nature, what they want, what they do, but you do know that they kidnap people and give them new horrifying lives for a period of time and keep you until they let you escape, or you eventually escape, or you never escape. But Madame Meadowsweet, you also know that no one really knows what Fae wants. No one will figure that out. They just do what they do. You also know that it is odd for a Fae to be in the mundane world. And you also know that Fae don't like being in the mundane world, partly because there's still iron here, and iron is something that can hurt them severely. Just one of the few things.
All right, I will share that piece of information. Do you think she'd be contained then in here? Was she just wandering the basement when you found her?
No, she was in a jail, prison cell, some kind.
Oh, good,
I'm here to
because
break her out.
the Fae are horrible. They're horrible people. They kidnap. Terrible.
Then I
The
guess
matter is settled. The thing is contained. Leave it as it is. Let it rot down there.
Who would have put her down there?
Has anybody asked Robin?
Can we holler out for Robin? Robin!
Yeah, so you call out, and there's some sounds coming from where the back room is, and Robin kind of wanders back in and goes, well, it's unusual for everyone to stay late after the show. Were you expecting an encore? What are you doing? We've got work tomorrow too.
Our poor Red has been affected by the Fae in your basement. We just have questions.
Excuse me. The what?
Victoire points at presents Red. Regardez, look at his poor little brain now.
Robin's pretty dumbstruck of just You're explaining something that is impossible. I mean, Madame Meadowsweet is. Have you been telling them? These aren't stories that we would tell.
I told no story. I did predict this, of course, as I always know, but I didn't put the Fae there. I didn't tell the story. I didn't start the rumor, and I don't remember how to get to the basement, so I can't even prove it wrong.
So you also think that there is a Fae in our basement.
I think that my powers are wide and wonderful. And if I saw it in the cards, it's going to be true one way or the other. He could have forgotten his mother's birthday, and this could be an elaborate lie. It would still be a mother, would still make me right. But I don't think it's that.
Madame Meadowsweet, you have been here long, but a Fae in our basement would be a nightmare for everybody here. They would never come here unless they were looking for something. This is not. What makes you think that there is a Fae in the basement?
I too present red.
I've been investigating the occult since before all of you were born. Probably.
That's definitely not true.
A lady never tells her age.
You.
And I can also tell clear as day that this madam is conning you. I am a fake mage who is pretty clear, but she's not lying here. Sorry. That got boring.
Red is turning paler and paler. Is just dumbfounded. This is the worst. This is the worst thing that could. What do they want? Okay, I'm going to. This is probably not true. I don't know what sort of things you were into, Red, but
Lying.
this is worth investigating, because if it is true, we need to leave or run or even contact the courts, and that is the last thing. But they're the only ones who could help. Okay, I'll look for Ani. You can come with me. I don't really. And kind of just walks very quickly out of the tent.
Well, now that my obvious powers have been brought into question, I would like to see this Fae creature that has overwhelmed you, such a great detective.
Clear as I see, you're not watching the fate lines when you make your predictions. I can see fate lines from this whole circus pointing down, but I don't know how to get there. You got a shovel?
At that moment, Robin comes back in with Ani, who's looking, disheveled. It's probably out of bed, maybe. And just goes up and says, okay, tell me again, what happened?
Who is Ani? Is Ani the one who changes animals into other animals?
That is not Ani. Ani is the person who helps the twins out, and does the final touch on the circus performance that helps observers have fond and fuzzy memories of a circus that they probably shouldn't have been at. All those dreamy people leaving.
Did I see them in the basement? There was a quick entrance and a handoff of a bramble.
Yeah, you could roll for it.
So out of game, was it this person?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they teleported you back to the tent.
Cool. But would I have been 2 days and I need to roll for it? Is that?
You are pretty out of it, but you can roll for it without your penalty. That would be what? Just a what's composure, intelligence, composure.
Okay. Intelligence and composure, not the penalty. It's 2 successes.
Yeah. Ani brought you out of the basement.
Okay. Hey, you. I know your face. What were you doing down there? How'd you get there?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, I barely do at this point, but
Madam Meadowsweet, have you checked him out?
the kid was in the basement too. I saw he teleported me back.
From the basement. Okay. So you think there's a fae in the basement? You think I was in the basement? I was up in the
done this
tent.
to myself. Look at me.
It's very easy to call upon the void by accident.
Can
if you were
Victoire
not quite
use
skilled.
Can Victoire use acute senses to see if they're lying?
Mhm.
I would like to listen
Totally.
to their bodily reactions.
The heartbeat.
Okay, still pretty good. 3 successes.
Yeah, his heartbeat is beating pretty quickly. Is it from fear? Is it from lying? Is it a combination of both? It's hard to tell, but he's definitely agitated. So you accuse Robin of hosting a fae, a danger to everybody here, not just in the circus, but this entire city, and then accuse me of rescuing you? I'm not exactly sure what you're doing here in the first place.
Why are you so defensive?
I'm supposed to roll to oppose it. That would be, is it manipulation subterfuge?
I also have striking looks.
You are so lucky. Ani rolls 8 dice and got no successes. Yeah, he is afraid and he is lying.
Okay. I want to do overpowering dread. Victoire is going to step into a shadow, which is my loophole, and instantly overpowering dread. I make this character even more frightened of me.
I think you also have to rip something to complete that.
I rip the head off of the rat's body. You are not telling the truth. I will
character is
I will
terrible.
rip your eyes out if you don't tell me right now what is happening. I do not like to be in the presence of Fae, and you put me in danger. And I put on such a good show for you.
Ani is just cowering, stepping away from you, and go, no one. It's contained. Look, it's Robin. It's keeping them safe. It's keeping everyone safe. It's safe. It's okay. Just she is more dangerous than anything we have in this circus. And just starts backing up.
No. Does Red look safe to you? That is not contained. What kind of deal do you make with this Fae?
And Robin just turns on Ani and goes, what are you talking about? Is this you? There is an actual Fae in our basement. What did you do, Ani? And Ani says, it wandered in at the perfect time. It was here for the twins, and it was the perfect setup. It's there. It's contained. It's in, the horse cages. How do you even know those horse cages were iron? You could kill us all. You could kill us, Ani, all of us, or worse than being killed. We have to leave. I don't know, burn down the tent, burn down the whole thing. I don't even know if that would work. Ani's just sitting there, kind of staring at Victoire, a little bit crying.
You said she's for the twins?
I think, or at least Lacey saw her first and then remembered and found me, and we kind of ran her into the cage and pushed the cage. So the cage is here in the circus, where they're not supposed to be here anyway. It's not good. It hurts them, but the cage is also partly in the hedge. Robin just looks at him and then decks him. Maybe. Yes. Oh, yeah. Punches him, and Ani is just knocked to the ground, and Robin screams at him, very out of character for his very patient self. Those twins are not worth endangering every single human, fae, or human, changeling, anybody, anywhere near us. You could have come to me. We could have solved this. We could have just escaped. And now we are still trapped, and we're just going to be trapped until we figure out how to fix your mistake.
At the same time, Victoire is yelling at him in French. Qu'est-ce que tu crois que tu fais, espèce d'imbécile?
Okay, Red, you're here investigating. Is this what you're investigating? You're here with authority. Do you have anything to help?
It staggers to his feet. He's casting a spell that ended up with 4 successes, even at -2. Haha. Shifting the odds helps you find a thing that's within 24 hours, but maybe the 3 successes would make that a little bit sharper. He kind of staggers once the spell is cast. Says, I'm still gonna do my job. Maybe someone could carry me though.
I don't think that's going to happen. Can you?
I think, sorry, I was going to say that I think the matter is settled. That just give the twins and Annie to the Fae, and the Fae will go away, right? Problem solved. No one else has to die. All opposed?
Can't just
No
feed
one? All right.
twins to the Fae.
I am
Watch me.
surprised at you. Do you think I don't care about the people in this circus? You've made some comments. I do care. Those twins are here under my protection, and I will not let
You
them
just said
suffer
you
the
didn't
hell
care
they have
about
already
them.
suffered.
You just said you didn't care about them. How about we sacrifice 3 lives for the majority of everyone else? Like, everyone in this room, everyone out there, in here, don't have to die. You have no idea the horrors that the Fae can bring. You have no idea.
I do know Dr. Zaccaheus. I was there for I don't know how many years. So long.
Yes, so you should
The last
agree with
time
me.
I was here, there weren't European settlers on this continent yet.
Well,
I
you should
remember
sympathize with
some
me.
memories.
Give it what it wants, and it'll go away.
You have survived those nightmares, and you wish to put those 2 girls back in those nightmares. There must be another way to save the people that get in the way between the Fae and the twins themselves.
Well, if you have an idea, I'm all ears. But as far as I know, it's the only idea we got so far.
While that argument is happening, Madame Meadowsweet is going to fish into her robes and offer to Red a little bottle, it's a tincture to help your head.
Sounds lovely.
What's in this? You just take it and drink it, Red.
It's completely innocent.
No,
It's
I have
just
no willpower.
a mother's wort tincture, which is good for the nerves, meaning that's mainly just whiskey, but with a piece of rose quartz in the bottom for protection.
Yeah, that went down good.
It also helps open the third eye,
Great.
help with your fate.
Okay.
I don't know if I trust that smile. I may have made a mistake.
From the floor, Ani goes, we tried to get it back in to the hedge with the cage, but it didn't work. The hedge doesn't like iron either. I won't let you give the twins to her.
Well,
I won't.
if all else fails, that's our fallback plan. So we better start brainstorming.
Fine, that can be the backup. Let me take a shot at her first. I pull out one of my pistols and aim it at Ani very theatrically. Do some sort of Hollywood pose, perhaps explosion imagery behind me in everyone's mind's eye. I'm shooting for a pride recovery here. Do my willpower drain.
Wait, did you just say you were going to shoot Ani?
I'm threatening him. Lead on, kid. You're in the party now.
This is not my kind of party. Okay. I can bring you to the basement quickly if you want. I don't know how you're going to. You know.
You say iron. is bad?
Yes.
Well, just give it like a petite sandwich and put like a lot of cereal with high in iron in it. Voila!
It's in a cage, right? Can't we just poke it with some fireplace sticks? And anyone have a good spear?
Hiss'topher is going to return, shifting out of the veil between worlds. The Fae are dangerous, even in cages. They can hurt you.
Yeah, how did that work for you last time, Red? Nani says meekly from the floor.
I
With a
am
smile.
casting every protection spell that I know. I haven't met the fate monster yet that can outsmart me when I'm ready.
I might
Moving kind of slow.
be able to help. I have some control over minds. There could be some sort of protection I could cast that prevents some outside interference.
This will be dangerous, but if it stops the Fae from taking others, like the twins, I will help.
I will help as well. Those two little girls are just adorable.
Robin says, I'm going to find the twins. They know about this and they did not tell me. And if something bad happens and you're not as successful as you can be, they need to be safe and they need to trust that we're here to help and not keep hiding things. I'll make sure they're okay. Ani, you are going with them. He just says, do any of you have any iron out? Not in cereals, cold iron.
Madam Meadowsweet just turns and runs out for a second.
Honey goes,
Run.
no, of course she's the only one who would have any. None of you can really handle it.
What is the fence made of?
It is a beautifully hand-wrought iron cage. One we used to have horses, and I think there were even peacocks at one point. It's big. It's big and effective.
If we could make the cage touch it, it would not like it.
That is true. Unfortunately, she's very smart, and even I get affected by her presence. And, as long as she doesn't touch the cage, she's weak but fine. It's because the portal is open to the hedge. There's, she's between here and there. She should be getting weaker, but she's not. She hasn't been. It's been longer than I want Robin to think.
Right, Madame Meadowsweet comes running back in now. I'm ready. I have, well, it's very important. It's a toddy iron. Sometimes the liquid insight goes down better when it's warm. You understand, but I'm ready to protect my home.
Good. This is definitely, I have so much confidence in this team. Everything's going to be fine. None of us are going to die or become, if we weren't changelings before, changelings after. Cool.
Hiss'topher looks over at Zaccaheus, who hasn't said anything yet.
I'd sooner welcome death than go back. Have the twins nearby, just in case.
Victoire looks at you, Zaccaheus, and eats the head of the rat.
Totally in phase. So I'll even roll for it. Oh, that'd be actually composure. Expression check.
Be like resolve composure.
Resolve composure. Yeah. Okay. Actually, that works. Yeah.
You're determined to be unfazed.
Oh, so unfazed. I got 3 successes there. Like, I play with rats all the time. They're good nutritional. I mean, good nutritionally. Yeah.
While I do that, Victoire is also going to use the piece of rat to pick do talon and wing, which is an instant effect where I can pick one of 3, and I'm gonna pick maybe senses, so I have like extra senses now that a rat would have as well. Oh, all 3 actually. So I'm gonna pick the senses of a rat, and then my like hands are gonna kind of turn into claws, and my teeth are gonna sharpen, and I'm also a little faster on my feet.
You are terrifying.
Thank you.
Amazing.
And I am going to do my doppelganger vision thing because I want them to see me all beautiful and scary. I'm here for you. I also want them to know there's a fae here. So yeah, my doppelganger knows that the fae is here and I look terrifying.
There's a fleeting moment of confusion and panic, and it's prickly and feels a little bit closer.
If my vice is pride, have we perhaps accomplished a bit of pride here that I can have some willpower back? Enough to be operational? I don't know if I'm swaggering in and getting the Scooby Gang together is worthy if I'm going to go face down the thing that just wiped the floor with me. This is a tough sell. You can certainly.
It is a tough call.
Madame Meadowsweet views him as very prideful and boastful.
What's more prideful than thinking you can take on a fae?
True, with your 1 bullet, no less.
A room full of people terrified of it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You've also been witnessing some pretty horrible changeling feats from Victoire, and yeah, and you still are totally willing to fight against the lethargy and depression to fight this thing that's probably going to kill you. So
Certainly. Okay. Well, thank you.
get willpower back and let's lift your ravaged condition. Kind of a willpower, but you've lost the lethargy kind of back to your old self. Like, yeah, no, I can do this.
Okay. Incidentally, I have a long-term aspiration to get a crew together.
Going from lone wolf to like leader of the pack.
I just want to have friends.
Oh, that's cute.
Okay, so with a little more ability to communicate, I explain to the crew how my cool gun works. It is an artifact, friends, enchanted with a shaper spell, so it can turn an object of about the right size into a bullet, which is how I found an iron bullet. I happen to have another artifact in my pocket, which I didn't need as much, that I decided was made of iron for the sake of this story. So having explained that, Meadowsweet, how many bullets do you think that thing in your hand is worth? I think this pistol is our one ticket here to maybe having a chance.
I mean, I'll miss you. A lot of good insight. I'll drink it cold. At least a dozen. Right.
Well, probably takes a minute or two for each bullet. I'm a pretty good shot, but who's the best shot?
I can turn into a snake.
I've never held a gun, and I don't intend to.
All right, looks like I'm saving the day again.
Wait, let me ask the fates. Yeah, no, they say you have to do it.
Well, it wasn't going to be the Rat Claw singer over there. Okay, lead on, kid. Nodding at Ani and pushing a little bit.
Okay. Okay, so
Can I cast a mind word on all of us?
yes. I think it would be a reach.
I am mind.
And mind for Ani is going to do that though.
Okay.
Ani just goes, okay, get close. Actually, it would be helpful. He cracks his knuckles. If you stood in a circle, I have some sigils around the tent. Doing the mind wipe on the whole audience is a little draining. All right. Getting in a circle will help. So you all hear that nimbus that showed up the previous, during the circus, that fate echoing sound. And yeah, there's you feel a little bit calmer, more resolute. Your minds are a little bit protected from outside influences, except from, I suppose, Ani, who has created this word for you. What a trustworthy fellow.
I'm also casting some protection spells on myself. Just a reflexive thing that Red would do. before going into a boss battle. Mostly some luck bonuses, and I can talk through them if you want.
Yeah.
Constant presence is a somewhat wards off time spell effects. Superlative luck and choose the thread both make subsequent rolls a little bit better. Choose the thread only my next mundane roll. I have shifting the odds still active, looking for the Fae. Whatever good that'll do if we have a tour guide already, but it's running.
As we are leaving the tent, there is one thing that Hiss'topher still needs to do. They take from their coat pocket a small gardener snake, and they put it inside that other human who they kidnapped and strangled's jacket, just in case they don't return to fill their jacket with snakes.
It is amazing Robin didn't notice the unconscious woman on the floor. You guys were very distracting with your horrible nightmare tales.
Robin was bringing those two girls back, though, right? We were going to talk to them first.
He went off to protect them. You could go find them if you want to. I think
Zaccaheus does want to sacrifice them.
Yeah. Ani does not want to bring Zaccaheus to where the twins are.
This way out. Also, I want to sacrifice Andy as well, along with the twins. You think the Fae could be angry at the fact that you imprisoned it? I think that might, satiate it. But we can use the magic gun too, that shoots iron bullets.
Okay.
Because we know that's not going to work.
You seem like you were useful in the Fae, Dr. Zaccaheus. Maybe you are worthy of being sent back.
Like I said, I'd rather die. But only fate can tell.
Good. Great. Good. Well, at least we have two lovely mages here to keep an eye on fate. We're so lucky. All right, if we're going to do this, let's do it. And he creates a portal. Yes, very nicely shaped, perfectly executed. A portal in the floor. After you. It should be in the small hallway off the large room. There's a very small hallway that it actually opens up to where the mirror maze is now. We're not supposed to be using that basement at all. It's technically walled off, kind of. But this hallway is out of range of more or less the Fae's reach. But you'll all have to go in first so I can close the portal after I jump in. Mm-hmm.
I would like to surprise Ani and push them into the portal.
I think that's it's a low strength, but yeah, strength brawl. Push them into the portal.
Great.
And Victoire is going to yell at him about lying again.
No, it's just I don't have to close the portal at the end, but
right, that's bullshit. You keep telling us lies. You're trying to put us in danger. You need to, you need to do the right thing and stop bullshitting us.
That's one success.
that is enough. As Ani is being yelled at by Victoire, he kind of waves his arms and goes like falling into the portal.
I have angry on her character sheet.
Mm.
She's a very angry person when she is.
Well, it looks safe. To Victoire. Good teamwork. And I jump in.
As do I.
Very well.
And Meadowsweet, you're last.
Oh yeah, she casts really fast alter aura on herself so she doesn't seem unbelievably terrified, and then jumps in.
Beautiful. So you all land on a hard-packed, dusty dirt floor. You can smell this room hasn't had fresh air in a while. Not a lot of fresh air coming in. It's dusty and dry. It's still got a faint whiff of horse about it, and it is pretty dark. It's very hard to see. There is some light spilling into the hallway from where there seems to be an entrance into another room. It's a faint, cool light. And Nani, just looking at it, says, yep, it's that's where she's to be found. Okay. So Red, you're just gonna go in and shoot her, right? And we're here for backup.
Sure.
We should be a distraction.
Distractions probably go first.
Hiss'topher is not being scared. It is one of Hiss'topher's aspirations.
Oh. I'm just gonna roll all this dice.
That was quite sinister.
Mm.
Hiss'topher is going to spend 2 glamour and use the power Chrysalis to change into a green winged dragon.
Amazing. How large are you right now in this dark, cramped hallway?
Probably small dragon, not an elder dragon size. Like small winged dragon. Snake dragon.
Okay. Everyone roll wits composure. And Red, you have time magic, right?
Ew.
Cool. You also roll time magic. You all feel a moment of, it's not quite pressure, but it's a little bit like, when you're really focusing on something that's happening very quickly. So if you fenced, or if you're driving a very fast car and suddenly you see something in the road that you have to avoid and time slows down just a little bit, not really slows down, but it feels like it. Get a very momentary feeling of that. And it's way more pronounced for you, Red, where this is, for you, it is more like a pressure, where you're in a safe place, but you're feeling a slight ripple on a bubble. You can feel it just at the edge of your perception. You also all hear the small, pitiful voice of an older woman calling from a little bit far away. I can hear you. Is that you? Have you come to save me?
Oh, Victoire is going to use the twins' voices and say, It's us, Mother. We're here for you. We've decided to join you.
Oh, my loves, you've been gone for so long. Just come a little bit closer. I've missed your faces, your beautiful, perfect faces. We can all just go home.
We've missed you so much. That's all we want.
Probably. What is she gonna do when she realizes you're not the actual twins? You realize how angry you're going to make her?
Hiss'topher is going to dragon out, rushing into the room. Big distracting dragon.
Red sneaks in behind and aims his shot. Says, "You're not my mom. I'm your daddy." 3 successes.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, Hiss'topher, you have faced such a huge fear. You also have to roll 6 dice of clarity as a clarity attack. You are encountering the exact kind of beast that has kidnapped you and could pull you back into that one reality.
Two successes.
You take 2 points of bashing damage against your clarity. And how much clarity do you have left?
I had 7, so I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, this is, you are, that you are facing such a huge fear. You are a dragon. You're gonna be okay. Probably. Maybe. So you rush into the room and do see this very excited and scared and just eager looking older mother in some tattered clothes, close to the bars, peering through, just expecting to see people she's been waiting to see for so long, sees you, ripples backwards into too many arms, some of them sticks, some of them smoke, several more eyes, furious and disappointed. And she's going to roll her instinctive insensate, overwhelm you into being terrified of her power. And that's, you should roll your resolving composure.
Is this a roll I could put willpower into?
You can, and you also get that +2 from Ani.
Oh, that's a lot of dice then. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5 successes.
Oh man. She rolled 6. And she does roll 11 dice. So 6 successes. You're so brave, you're doing it. You are encountering the most terrifying creature that you've ever seen, and you have survived so many years of the Fae. This is the mother of all nightmares for you right now in this moment. And just one off. So you're frozen, but you're not losing your you're just frozen in fear. Great. But she is focused on you and not focused on Red in that moment. What did you roll, Red?
Well, I didn't account for all of my spells. I should have had another bonus in there. I got 3 successes, unless you're okay with the roll again. Oh no, I have...
How hard this is because you're shooting through a cage at a being that is partially insubstantial.
Choose the thread lets me roll a second time and pick which one I want. I'm going to roll this one with all my dice. So either 3 successes or 0 successes. So I'm going to go with 3.
The bars are thin enough that a person can't pass through, so that's pretty covered. Yeah, like -2.
Okay.
30.
It was 7 dice. So now 5, which is 1 success. Still the same as it would have been.
And that would be against her shield or defense. I haven't done any shooting in World of Darkness ever.
Normal beings don't get their defense against guns. If the Fae was super fast, like a vampire, some vampires do get their defense against guns.
Okay, let me see if she has any reaction to that sound. Probably. Composure.
Can I cast shifting the odds on Red as he makes that shot to increase the likelihood it hits?
Do you think you can do it fast enough between the time that you notice he's going to go out and shoot and he shoots? Because it sounds like he kind of... Hiss'topher ran out as a dragon, and then Red kind of just ran after him and immediately shot.
All right, I'll cast it on the next shot. I will have that plan that the next time I see him lift his arm up, I will cast it.
Yeah, so the shot. Sorry, say that again.
Go ahead and resolve the shot, and then I'll step back and add a Meadowsweet to reload me.
It's tricky. I have to figure out all the different pieces of just a single bullet shot. Right, so if the Fae has a magic shield, like a head shield, it wouldn't work against cold iron, but if they're just moving very quickly in reaction, it would work. So she definitely noticed, and at that sound, turned all of her eyes towards you and she kind of not phases, it's more like a insubstantial ooze out of the way very quickly. And a shot flies through the opening behind her where the cold light is falling out of. That foggy patch of greenery. And it's smoking a little bit. You see it go through just some extra steam as it passes through that doorway. And through the other side of the cage. It was a good shot. She says, I remember you. You ran away from home. and tries to insensate you.
Mother, don't hurt him. Ani has us held hostage. They'll hurt us.
You might be fine. Yeah, you're fine. It doesn't work on you, Red. It doesn't work. You are Red Frazier. You're not falling for this again. This is a very horrifying woman that at the sound of her beloved twins shrivels back into the sad mother, still glaring at you, furious, trying to intimidate you as only a mother can. She says, Ani has taken my twins, my daughters, and you're standing in the way between me and having my family back. She got a single success, and with your mind shield from Ani,
okay,
you're fine.
I'd like to retreat back around the corner if I can to get Madame Meadowsweet's supply of iron.
I don't know if this would work. I'm going to say that it does, because this is my game. She crouches down onto the floor, closer to a crouching giant cat, I guess. Not in the way that a human crouches, and puts her hands sharp again, sort of rippling into multiple arms and hands into the hard dirt. And a bunch of thorny vines come out from the other side of the cage where you are. And try to grab you. All of you. Who should roll? Yeah, dexterity and I guess athletics to jump out of the way. Everybody got a 2? Great. So these dark, thorny vines break out of the hard dirt and try to grab you. You kind of all, dance and jump out of the way. You're getting out of reach, but you're you each get some scratches on your legs. Not too bad to even get bashing damage. No harm, but those are sharp.
Screams in the girls' voices.
You are coming home. Don't worry. It won't even hurt. It's just a quick way of getting home. Just come closer. Why won't you come out? And the vines try to grab you all again. They can't see in the hallway. She can't see, but she knows that there's bodies there.
Is Hiss'topher still frozen in fear?
Oh, I'm sorry. Please roll presence. What is it? Resolve composure.
Four.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you even jumped out of the way.
Is that cage attached to the ground? The horse cage?
It's like sitting on the ground. It's just heavy.
I'm a dragon. Can I rush over to it and shake it side to side?
Like from the top?
Yeah.
Okay, so the way that the cage is sitting in two places, you couldn't rock it laterally perpendicular to the entranceway. It would, shit would shake a little bit. You could rock it in and out of the doorway.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I'm gonna start. I'm gonna like pull it towards, but try to not have it tip over, then shove it back. Shake it back and forth.
Okay. Yeah. How heavy is an iron cage? Yeah, take a and you're not a very large dragon. I'm gonna say take a -2 penalty. And every
Okay.
time you try, you're going to take a bashing damage because
All right.
iron.
I'm gonna spend a willpower on this one too.
Amazing.
That's 3. Just 3.
Yeah, you are rocking it back and forth. It's getting. Let me picture how the cage is in my mind. 3 is pretty good. You are rocking it. It's getting maybe like a foot off the ground.
Is it upsetting the fey creature inside? Do they have to like dodge the iron bars?
Yeah, so they're gonna make a couple rolls. I'm going to figure out what is going on. Yeah, okay. Their cage is shaking. They don't notice you, but their cage is shaking. They are going to also die. Okay. And with a single success, they mostly dodge. They get hit initially, and take some damage. She kind of is this old woman with too many arms crouching on the floor, gets hit in the side as part of the cage pushes into her shoulders, and there is a shriek that cannot be made with human vocal cords. It is coming from multiple throats, and a little bit of it smells like it's burning wet wood. And she moves out of the way as you're rocking the cage. But it's hurt. Those arms where she's hit kind of shrivels up into where her body is. There's still like a couple flailing arms on that side, but she's not happy about it.
Can I do a contract? Red Revenge. Its loophole is vengeance for another. So I'm doing this for the 2 girls. Does that work?
Yeah. It sounds like this is the Fae who had kidnapped them, and they came after the twins themselves. They did not send a hunter. This was personal.
Okay.
And you can make it personal.
I will. Because with this Red Revenge, I get +3 Intimidate, +3 Strength, Dex, +3 Initiative, and Stamina. And I think I'm going to try to +3 Strength. Should I help Yeah, I am a Hulk. Should I help you, Hiss'topher, or should I try to intimidate her using their voice? Is she close enough to reach through the bars?
With her dodging out of the way, like it is a fairly large cage. You would definitely have to touch the iron yourself to try to reach her.
Yeah.
You would probably have better luck. Yeah, if you didn't mind hurting yourself, is the suggestion. Bend the bars, bend the cage, or push the cage or shake it.
Okay, I think what I'll do is I'm going to join and bend the bars and close the cage in on her.
Okay, through physics, I think if Hiss'topher can rock the cage as a dragon, if you pushed on it to bend the bars, I think you would just push the cage
Okay,
before it bent.
that's fair. I think alternatively, I would love to just, grab a hold of her and pull her towards me and like get her in a headlock so she has to be pressed against the bars.
Ooh. Okay, that would be really cool. It's definitely going to be a penalty to like reach her and grab her because she's actively dodging the sides of the cage, and the cage is currently rocking.
Well, what if I use my voice to persuade her that it's me? Like, it's me. I look different, but it's me.
You could try any of these things.
I know.
You're just gonna have to roll for them.
Okay. What to do? I think I'm going to try to grab her. And to do that, I'm going to say in one of the twins' voices, Mother, I'm here. Give us a hug. And intimidate / persuade her to come to me. And then just grab her.
Okay, you're gonna have to work really hard to trick her. Because she kind of makes changelings, but it might work now that she can see you. Yeah, okay, roll for it. Just gonna do what's composure?
Okay. Am I rolling intimidate persuade? Or no?
It would be
Wits?
manipulation persuasion.
Okay.
But I can tell you that she failed her roll entirely. So just need a success. -1 for the.
Oh, well, I got 1.
Cool. So she can't believe that worked. So she's dodging the rocking cage and hears the voices of her beloved twin daughter, and kind of turns to look. Her arms kind of flail, some of it still smoking, and turns, and as she's turning, gets closer to where you are.
And then I grab her with my rat claws.
Okay, that would be brawl.
Dexterity or strength.
I think it would be dexterity brawl to grab because she's moving and you have to go through the bars. If you don't care, the bars are going to touch you and give you burning hives immediately. I guess strength brawl is fine.
Great. I got 7 successes.
And she's gonna dodge. Yeah, no, you totally grab her.
Excellent.
So you grab her and
Yeah, I basically pull her, yeah, like if I can wedge her head through the bars so she's stuck there, and then claw her eyes out, because that is one of my specialties.
cool. Great.
We just heard from someone who said that Victoire was a, I quote, hilarious character.
Or haunts my dreams. This is very scary. Why are you killing my monsters? Great. So she gets to struggle, but I am for a fae not very lucky. Yeah, one success. Cool. Victoire, you pull this you feel both fabric and tree trunk. You feel parts of her are warm and fleshy and parts are hard and cold and some furry all at the same time. It's not a you are definitely holding on to her, but it also feels like you're holding nothing at the same time. But as you pull her towards the cold iron, she becomes more substantial and warmer, like she's starting to burn and get crinkly, and you can smell an unpleasant burning. It's not campfire fire. This is rotting painted wood, lots of other a metallic burning. And then you pluck her eyes out. Is that what you said?
Yes. I have the words "rip out eyes" next to my brawl.
Great.
I just want to make sure that her head is stuck between, like, I want to make sure her head's there. Maybe do it one-handed to hold her head there.
While Victoire is ripping out her eyes, I'm going to lean over to Red and be like, maybe now is a good time to try another shot. And I will cast, if I can now, the shifting the odds in the hope that like he shoots it in the rightest spot.
Sounds good. I presume we've been trying to reload during this time. Shape for spell a minute or two.
Sure.
This seems like first round still.
Ooh. Rounds. Did I do initiative? No, this is a fae battle. Time doesn't matter. So, Victoire, can you roll one more brawl to pluck out eyeballs? And let's see, Red Frazier, you're going to shoot at a Meadowsweet. You've got 2 on shifting the odds, so everyone, Red's a little bit luckier. Helping your enemy. Zaccaheus, are you watching?
Yeah, my character has no combat whatsoever, but he is phenomenal at stealth. So actually, I am going to, since I didn't say it right away, I guess I'll say I'm casting Light Shy, which basically makes me morph into the shadows for a bit. I just have to stand still. I plan to help heal / mend people when this whole affair is over. Yeah.
Are you fairly close to the cage? Or are you back closer?
No, I'm like outside the room if possible, like around the corner, like almost where we entered this whole basement. Barely moved from there. I'm just, I want no part of this, but I'll help once the dust has settled.
Cool. Great. Zaccaheus, that feeling from before of time slowing down only in your perception happens again very briefly, but it's like the opposite. It's like you stop paying attention while you're driving and suddenly you're farther down the road or home and you weren't paying attention. It's a little time fast forward, but very quickly.
Do I know of anything the Fae could possibly do to make that happen? Because that's my first assumption, I would suppose.
You can roll for it. Be a intelligence cult. Yeah.
One success.
Okay. This is a magical occurrence. I think the only thing that you can tell is that it doesn't feel like the time that you experienced in the Fae. Like you have experienced lots of time as liquid, solid, and gas, I guess. This doesn't feel quite like that. You don't know what it is. But it's not,
Okay, yeah.
It doesn't feel like the other Fae time.
It's not one of those things that I guess if I'm killer enough to be concerned about, I'd certainly leave a little mental note, but I would just, keep stealthing. Perhaps my mind got away from me for a minute there.
Yeah, it happens, especially if you're a changeling. Okay. Let's see. So Victoire, Madam Meadowsweet, I lost everything in the chat. Successfully added some bit of luck to Red Frazier. Awesome. Okay. I think I'm going to do eyeballs and then gunshot. So that sounds more dramatic. Okay. Victoire, can you roll one more brawl with yours, particularly with your eyeball plucking specialty?
I did, and I rolled a 6 because I am hulking out.
It's still only 3. Yeah, she is wedged. You can smell her hair / straw / fur / just fabric burning, disintegrating as it hits. It's sliding against the bars, and you pluck out 1 eyeball, 2 eyeballs. So you're using 1 hand. Tell me what happens.
I am using 1 hand. I'm holding her head down with the other, and I'm using the technique in what is that movie where she does this and the eye's gone?
Kill Bill.
Classic. Kill Bill. Yes. I have her eye now.
High pitch screaming. That is loud. It's so loud for you, Victoire. All right, Red Frazier.
Okay. Well, I have quite a number of rolling bonuses. My own and from Madame Meadowsweet, who is now my tentative buddy cop. So I would step back around the corner, flourish my trench coat a little bit. Could I get close enough for a badass shot to the forehead, close up? I don't know how much action and Harpy Hulk is going on.
Yeah, it would be. Her head is in the bars. She's being held by Victoire, so she can't move. But Victoire is wrapped all around her. It would be, you'd have to be very careful not to shoot Victoire.
Okay.
So you would either have to get right up next to her and also still be careful not to shoot Victoire. Yeah, if you have 1 willpower.
I have 1 willpower. Okay, so I will get as close as I can and prioritize hitting the monster over not hitting Victoire. So I'll be rolling.
What you mean is you don't mind hitting Victoire, just gotta kill this thing?
Pretty much. Yeah, I'll do my best. So I'm rolling 8 dice, and I get a reroll if I choose. I can pick which roll. So I'm going to do that unless you want to apply some penalty for being next to a arriving crow monster person.
Yeah, I would still do a -2. Depends on how close are you. It's a few seconds. So how far you were back at the entrance first?
Right.
I think you can be pretty close, but not right up, like gun to forehead.
Well, I would get as close as I can. I know this is the shot we're all counting on.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Yeah, I think with the commotion where Mother is flailing and also Victoire is actively pulling out eyeballs and everything, even if you're pretty close, I'm gonna say it's a -3 penalty.
Okay. 5 dice, and I rolled a 3, and let me try again. And I rolled a 1, so 3. And with my trench coat flourish, Red has his moment of pride and said, "Call me a T-Rex because I'm the king of small arms."
Do I have permission to unhelp Red?
Mother just goes, "What?" As you, with that 1 shot, do you shoot her in the head? There's like a pop. There's a pop from Mother's head being punctured as it kind of shrivels into itself outside of the bars, the body kind of caving into itself from underneath Victoire's crow claws. Bits of fabric falling to the ground, crumbled up into this like a fig, like a pile of figs almost. Not gone, but kind of like a pile of fruit. But there's also a pop from not in your ears, more in your head. And that time feeling from before, that things are passing by way more slowly than they are in reality. As you're focusing, you can see like a stillness. And it's back to normal and it's fine. And it is quiet.
We did it!
Yeah, get it, Dr. Dinosaur.
Qu'est-ce que c'est? What was that feeling?
You can roll for it, especially if you have what's it called.
I do have what's it called.
And Red, you can do your magic time gnosis.
No successes.
Right as you're paying attention to it, it happens again. You can feel it even more strongly. So it's way stronger than it was before. You can actually see all of her companions are wondering. Hiss'topher is cheering, and he just goes slowly dragging arms up, slowly dragging arms down. And then back to normal speed.
Do we all notice that?
What did you all get in your, what's it called? I'll wrap it into your pondering. 2, 3. Hiss'topher, you have no idea what's going on. You are cheering. You don't even notice that you're moving slowly. You're like, yeah, this is great. Yeah, if you got 2 or more, you notice. It's weird. It's kind of like, for the folks who noticed what was happening outside of the circus in the street, it's like that. So Red Frazier, you didn't see that, what was happening outside in the outside of the circus, when Hiss'topher was strangling Goth Girl. But this is unstable. This is the opposite of what you were sent to investigate.
What was that?
There's still a cage with half in the basement of a circus and half in a dimly lit slice of the hedge.
Is the cage accessible now? Has it been ripped open?
Not ripped open, it's still closed.
Okay. Help us visualize the room. Is the portal accessible?
So to get into the doorway, you'd have to get into the cage, start to walk through the doorway, and then get out of the cage on the other side.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
We might all be able to like lift the cage up together and move it out of the way, right? It's not holding the portal open.
You could roll to figure out if that's true or not.
Okay.
Actually, yeah. You should all roll to see what that is, and if you're a changeling, you can add +1. I don't think.
What's occult again?
I have a piece of hedge in my pocket. And I'm going to try to recognize that it's the same thing.
The piece of hedge you had was kind of like the thorny branches that Mother was using. This doesn't look thorny. This is just misty wooded area. But the hedge doesn't always look thorny. So, 2, 3, 2, 2. Cool. That's totally the hedge. You don't know why that is still open, but that's the hedge. If you're a changeling, you probably don't want to go there.
I'm gonna eat my eyeball.
Cool. Everyone roll what's composure? To be cool with Victoire eating the eye of a fae. 3, 2, 1. And Victoire, you should also roll as well. Yeah, if you got a 1, you have that weird time feeling from 4, and if you got more than a 1, you see Victoire pop the eyeball in her mouth, and then it happens in reverse, and she just takes it out of her mouth, and she pops it back into her mouth, then stops chewing it, takes it out of her mouth, and then does it one more time, and then just swallows it and goes as if nothing's happened. And for you, Red Frazier, time's unstable. It's getting weird.
There's something very wrong here. I do have a constant presence spell in addition, so time effects would have less effect on me. Time magic, which this might not be, just to say.
We should leave.
I don't know what else could be causing these ripples except that portal. Can we get in there? We need to be close to it to close it. Someone open this door or bend these bars.
I can turn into a snake.
Victoire can open them apart.
Yeah, if you're still helping out, you could try to roll that. It will hurt your hands, but you could do it.
If I wrapped my hands in cloth, would it still hurt? Red, do you have like a tissue or two, please?
I hold up the end of my trench coat and make a ripping motion and try to put it in her hands, being a Hulk with claws. Seem better suited.
Is this strength brawl?
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes because you were wrestling the bars open.
I rolled a 3 to open the bars.
Cool. I say even with -1 penalty for those really hard bars. Yeah, you're hulking out. You totally do it. You bend it. Just enough for you to squeeze through.
Then the cult investigator extraordinaire is going to finally complete his mission. Pretty convinced that this portal is the source of all the time loopiness that he's been sensing, and the mysterium sent him to look for. So I'm gonna go right up to it, poke it like it's a Stargate, and roll some occult investigation to see if I can figure out how it works and how to turn it off.
It's kind of like an open space, but yeah, you can kind of like put your hand against the threshold.
Yeah, I just really want that Kurt Russell moment. 3 successes.
Cool. Yeah. So this is an opening into the hedge. It's a door that's been left open and it's being held open. It's a big door, like the kind that you walk elephants out of. It's a big door that's being held open by this cage. But if you walk through it, you'll be in the hedge, just still also inside of a cage on the other side. You can just walk through into the space between you and the Fae.
Changelings can find any place through the hedge. We can walk through this door and out another.
Victoire likes the sound of that. Hiss'topher, let's go together.
Yes, I will be a snake.
I offer my arm out for you to slither onto.
I'm going to be a green viper and slide right up that arm.
And Victoire is going to nod her head at all of you and walk through the hedge with Hiss'topher.
Did you break the cage open on the other side? Or are you going to be inside the cage in the hedge? Actually, you can make your decision in a second because I want to see how soon does everyone else follow Victoire, or do you all deliberate some more?
I'm going to draw my second pistol and step through immediately. This is mystery archaeology. I'm excited. Plus, I got a team.
You made friends.
Even if they look like the Serpent Society. Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely deliberating a little longer. I definitely don't want to go in the hedge. I don't want to be caught by another Fae. Yeah, I think I might actually stay behind.
Are you inside of the cage or outside of it still?
I'm going to say I'm in the cage and perhaps contemplating what I know about possibly closing the portal, if I know anything about that.
Yeah, you'd have to take the cage all the way out of it or all the way into it to close the door. What about you, Madam Meadowsweet?
Madam Meadowsweet has this really good gig at the circus. She will offer to help Zaccaheus push the cage through the portal in hope of sealing it from the other side. Someone has to tell the exciting story after all.
So as you say those words, this offer of collaboration, this team coming together, there's that feeling of time not slowing down or speeding up, but that stopping feeling where time freezes, like you've just seen your soulmate across the room or a bunny in the road that you are about to run over. Madam Meadowsweet is gone. Everything outside of the circus, it's like it unravels. The thread is so small that you can't see the threads, but that's what it looks like. Everything just pools down into these piles of threads so thin you can't distinguish one from the other, and then is gone. Is it black? Is it white? Your eyes can't perceive what that emptiness looks like. There is a platform of hard-packed, dusty dirt, like a balcony overlooking this void with iron cage bars all around it and cool light spilling out from the opening into the hedge.
I thought Madame Meadowsweet would have been able to see. No.
Power wasn't in the cards.
Guys, Madame Meadowsweet's a sham. She has no idea what's going on.
Wow, what an ending.
I'm sorry, Madame Meadowsweet.
No, I love it.
You did have a really great gig.
Looks at his two surviving companions. A deep sigh. He's really excited for his Hollywood moment. Louis, this could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
I don't think Zaccaheus gets the reference.
Hiss'topher definitely doesn't.
Casablanca.
Yes, Hiss'topher was
Oh, you haven't seen me.
filed long ago and is now here. They know what the internet is.
Try advice for that one.
Oh, man. Yeah, everything that you once knew as home in the world outside of the Fae is gone, but hey, you've got the Fae and each other. And who knows, maybe there are other realities or timelines that you can return to. Maybe replace yourself, a non-fetch, or find new adventures somewhere else.
That's right. Is my fetch dead?
Well, your fetch doesn't exist anymore.
Ha ha!
Their
that mean
last moments were terror.
Does that mean I get my voice back?
That's a really good metaphysical question. Because does your fetch possess your voice, in which case it doesn't exist anymore?
That was one of my aspirations.
The gasp.
I lost my voice. I'm just gonna be
voice was
forever
unwritten.
stealing other people's voices now. Dang.
And eyes.
Maybe you'll just be in the Fae doing your own thing for so long that you will become like a Fae, an elder changeling. I don't know if that can happen, but I think if anyone can do that, it would be Victoire.
Victoire's already so scary.
Just trying on voices.
I mean, to a crow, she wouldn't be scary. That's just typical crow behavior.
Typical crow.
Well, thank you all for playing with me, coming out to the circus, watching the end of the world as you know it from another point of view. I think the next time we'll see you will be, well, I guess in the same timeline, but before the timeline became what we knew it. 1692.
Oh man. How am I gonna make it more intense than this?
Can I say in defense of charlatan Madame Meadowsweet, I had pulled through my tarot deck a card to like throw through at the end to be super dramatic. Turns out it's Madame Meadowsweet's card instead.
Oh no.
Dun dun dun! Her final reading was the only real one.
I love it.
Oh man. That's epic.